Hi there, I'm Imelda and thanks for joining me for a workout today. So we'll try and do about a 15-minute workout, but I'm going to do a little bit of a HIIT session at the end to get that heart rate up a small little bit. As always, you're welcome to use weights or not, it's entirely up to yourself. I'm going to move the body in different directions again today. I'm thinking hips primarily, so taking your leg in different directions. We'll challenge balance a small little bit with one of the exercises, but all doable, and modify yourself again should you have any issues. So if you're free of injury and you're feeling well in yourself today, let's start with our warm-up. So starting with your 2 feet wide, hands in front, draw your core in, sit back and down, keeping that chest open and you're looking in front. So you're squeezing your glutes when you come back up. So sit back and down, up and squeeze. So we'll do 6 more of these. 5, well done, 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Now let's change the position of our legs and move our arms in a little bit. Step forward, taking your hands forward, and step back, other leg. So you're doing a little bit of a forward lunge, and again just going to wherever you can with your foot, depending on what your knee is like. Put your heel down first and work towards your toes. So rather than placing your foot down flat, push off of it then. Heel to toe, push back. Heel to toe, push back. Let's do 1 more each side. Push back, last 1, and push back. Well done. Let's do a little bit of a workout to work the back of your legs. So 2 feet wide, hands long. Now this will work the coordination as well. Lift those elbows and kick yourself behind and back. Lift and back. So kick, taking your heel to your glutes at the back and lifting your elbows up and back down. Lift and lower. So we're warming up shoulders here while we warm up hamstrings and stretching your quads in front. Let's do 2 more each side. Lift and lower. You'll notice that heart rate is going up a small little bit. Last 1 each side and relax. Now let's take your leg back in your hip. So again, hands down, step behind, take your arms forward and come back. Other side. And again, you're modifying should you have any issues with any joints. Just bending that knee as much as you can. So rather than a step back and keeping your knee straight, step back and bending the knee a little bit. Keeping those shoulders back, not collapsing over that front knee. And we'll do 1 more each side and then we'll begin our workout. And relax back. Okay, if you have weights with you, we'll use the weights or food cans or not, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to use light weights here again today. And first exercise is going to be feet about just underneath your hips, hands at your shoulders. You're going to sit back and down, and as you come up, leg out, arms up. So what you could do is take your toe out to the side and your arms up, rather than lifting your foot off the floor. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, let's sit. Take a foot out, arms up. Now we're switching to the other side. So lower your hands, raise your hands. Back, in with your leg each time, and again going out onto your toe if that's enough. Last 10 seconds. Pause at any stage if you need to. Reach. Last 3, 2, 1. Well done. Let's turn those hands forward. Let's step behind and bend your elbows. And back in. Other side. Bend and back in. Watch those elbows that are not swinging forward, if that makes sense. Again, keeping the shoulders back. Breathe. Last 3, 2, 1. Well done. Now, take the weights and bend your arms. Let's step to the side and sit back. Come back into the middle. Lift your elbows, squeeze your glutes. Other side. Step. Step back in, lift and squeeze. So we're taking your leg out in your hip joint. Good for mobility around your hips. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lower one weight, the other weight in front. We're going to do one leg first, then we'll eventually in the next one switch to the other side. Step forward with your right foot, twist across it, twist back and step back in. Same leg, step, twist, twist back and back in. So the reason why we stay with one leg first is because you're challenging the muscles on that leg without giving them a breather going to the other side. Now let's go to the other side. Step, twist over the leg, twist back. So this is where I was saying balance might be challenged a small little bit. Plant that foot, then turn back and step back in. Plant, turn, and back in. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, relax. Now with 2 weights, one in each hand or not, you could just go with nothing in your arms. Arms out to the side, up onto your toes. Now let's pull up pelvic floor here as well a little bit. So pull up, zip up, and then relax back down. So challenging balance maybe a small little bit here. Lift and lower. Last 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, there's one set done. Let's do a little bit of stretching now in between. Let's take those 2 hands forward, grasp your right wrist, take it across your body, stretching the outside of this arm into your shoulder and your upper back. Gently stretch. Pause here if you wish and have a drink as well, stay hydrated. Swap to the other side, arm in front, grasp and take it across. Again, gently stretch. So we're going to do that set of exercises again, so you'll know what we're doing now and modify again if you find that there was any exercise in there that you kind of thought, it's a little bit challenging on whatever part of your body. Let's do another stretch. Fist both your hands. Sit them into your lower back. Take your shoulders back and your elbows back and stretch your front. Ease back with those shoulders and your elbows. Last stretch before we start the next set. Take your right foot behind your left. Take your right hand up. Sit your hip out and tilt to the side. Hold on to something here if you find this is a little bit challenging with your balance, but if you're able to stand as you are, then do that. Slowly come back. Switch feet, switch hands. So reach up and then reach over. Feel that stretch over the outside of your hip, but up by your rib cage as well and down your leg. And then slowly come back. Okay, are we ready for round 2? Weights or no weights, it's entirely up to you. So first exercise, we're going to start, we're doing each one for 30 seconds. Starting again with your hands at your shoulders, feet down from your hips, sit back and down, reach up, leg out. And then once again, toe to the floor if that's enough for you, either side. But again, if you can take your leg up even just the tiniest bit. So you're sitting back and then standing back up. Last 5 seconds. Reach up. Last 1. Well done. Hands down. Turn your hands forward. Step behind with your right leg, bending your elbows and back in. Other leg. And back in. Again, modify here. Should you have any issues at all with your knee or your hip. Watching those elbows, they're not swinging forward. Last 5 seconds. Breathe. Come on. Well done. Now, elbows are bent. We're going to step to the side, sit down, back in again, lift your elbows. Other side. Step, sit back, push back, lift and lower. So again, good for hip mobility. Last 5 seconds. Back into center, lift and lower. Now get rid of one weight. You're holding the other. Step forward, twist across your leg, twist back and step back, same leg. Again, take it nice and easy. If you feel you're kind of wavering a little bit, heel down, working towards your toes and back. Last 5 seconds. Well done, one more. Let's go to the other side now. Again, shoulders back, step, turn, turn and back. Plant your foot, hold. If you feel you're challenged a bit, and then back, like I was just there. Step, turn. So sometimes I stand on the split and the tiles here, and it kind of throws you off a little bit. Well, that's my excuse, you're on. Last 3, 2, 1. We're done. Okay, let's get those weights again. Last exercise, shoulders wide. Up onto your toes, arms out, and relax back down. Lift and lower. Pulling up pelvic floor here if you wish. Kind of like you're zipping up a pair of jeans. Lift and lower. Last 5 seconds. Well done. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And you're done. Well done. Excellent. Let's place those weights down. Let's do a couple of more stretches before we go into our HIIT session. So holding on to something if you need to. Take a foot up behind, hold on to your trousers or your shoe or your sock, or even sitting your foot on a chair, holding it there if you can't reach it, stretches quad muscles there. Keep that top shoulder back, sitting the hip forward a little bit, lengthening over your quad muscles. Now lowering, we're switching to the other side. Again, hold on to something if you need to. Press that standing foot into the floor. Keep those shoulders back again. Breathe. Again, feel that lengthening over your knee. And again, if you find you can't reach your foot, sit it on a chair. And you'll still get that stretch, but you just don't need to hold your foot at the back. Lowering, let's do another stretch. Legs straight, knee fully straight. Take your shoulders forward. Ease over. And slowly come back. Swap sides. Lengthening. Keep that knee straight. Let that be your focus first. And then just taking your shoulders forward to wherever you can. And then relax back. Okay, let's do our little bit of a HIIT session. So while I'm changing the timer, I'll explain what it is we're going to do. So we're doing 3 exercises. So with this, you're going to get your heart rate up a little bit. You're going to be breathing a little bit harder. That's the whole idea behind it. Your heart is a muscle, and like any other muscle in the body, where you push it, where you challenge it, it gets stronger. So that's essentially what you're doing here. You can leave this part of the workout out if you want to, or watch the first round and decide if you want to take part in the second. So we're doing 3 exercises back to back, 10 seconds each. So the first exercise that we're going to do is going to be a jog and a punch in front. So you're literally taking your hands in and out and you're jogging. Then you're going to do either 1 foot at a time or 2 together. We're going to be doing skipping. And then the next one, you're going to lift your knee up and you're going to twist your body, taking your elbow to the other side. Okay? So take a couple of deep breaths there now, stretch your lungs. When we're a little bit tense, when we're a little bit stressed or anxious, our breathing is quite shallow, so we're not kind of pushing our lungs out a little bit, which is what happens when you do a little bit of a HIIT session like this. Okay? So we're starting with our jog and punch in front. In 3, 2, let's go. On those toes now. As fast as you can. Hands in and out from your chest, like there's a punch back in front of you. 3, 2, 1, we're skipping. Either 1 foot at a time or 2 together. Up and down, let's go. Last 3, 2, 1. Knee to opposite elbow, side to side. Keep that foot flat if you wish, but if you can come up onto your toes, all the better. Last 3, 2, 1, and now walk around your room. or up and down your corridor. Let's give it a couple of seconds to let your heart rate come back down and your breathing come back to normal. Now stand nice and tall. We tend to kind of round a little bit if we're a little bit under pressure. And when you're doing that, folding your shoulders in, you're giving your lungs less space. So stand as tall as you can. Keep moving those feet though, with your heart rate up. Blood is flying around the body. And so sometimes if it is considerably and you stop, you can get a little bit dizzy if you've ever gotten that sensation. So just keep moving the feet. And when you feel your breathing is coming back to normal, nice deep breaths. Stretch your lungs. Are we ready to go? So 10 seconds each, so 30 seconds altogether. Stop and think of it like that. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. You're jogging and punching. We'll just do one more set after this. So hands in and out on your toes as much as you can. 3, 2, 1. We're skipping. 1 foot at a time or 2 together. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Knee to opposite elbow, side to side. Just going at whatever pace you can. If you can't take your knee right up to your elbow, that's absolutely fine. Last few seconds. And once again, walking around. Once again, heart rate is up. Give yourself as long as you need to. And if you find the length of time that I'm giving between the sets here isn't enough and you need more time, well then just pause the video and start whenever you need to start again. And again, if you want to do extra, you could take the video back and do a third set of the exercises that we just did there if you want to lengthen your workout. But again, it's great that you can do you. When something is recorded online, you can just modify the time to suit yourself. Once again, shoulders wide, deep breaths. Are we ready to go? Let's go. Last one. 3, 2, 1. You're jogging and punching. Come on. 30 seconds. Let's go. Breathe as hard as you need to now here. Last 3, 2, 1. Skipping. 1 foot at a time or 2 together. Breathe. Let's go. Last few seconds. And now knee to opposite elbow. Come on. Last one. Here we go. You're well able. 3, 2, and walk around. Well done, well done, well done. Move around the room, walk around. Keep those shoulders back. Great workout, well done. Keep moving. Let the heart rate come down a small little bit. And we'll do a few more stretches. So it's kind of important to do that little bit of a workout for your heart and lungs because you've heard of cardiorespiratory fitness. So the other part of our exercise that we just did there, yes, you're certainly going to take your heart rate up a small little bit, but for the 30 seconds that we're doing it there, you're just taking it up a little bit more, challenging the heart a little bit more, challenging the lungs a little bit more, which is really good. And then you're working your muscles, strengthening your bones, and then we're doing some stretching as well, so all good. Let's finish with a couple of stretches. Take your 2 hands overhead, grasp your right elbow, taking your hand down the back towards your shoulder blades. Stand nice and tall now and stretch your shoulder on that side. Swap to the other side, other arm, and stretch. Done. Now last stretch. Palm forward, grasp your fingers, keeping your arms straight. Just draw your fingers back a little bit. And again, modify this should you have any issues with your joints. And relax. Let's swap to the other side. And again, you're straightening, so you're getting that lengthening down the front and a stretch over the palm of your hand. Ease into it and then relax. Thanks again for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that workout and I look forward to seeing you in class again soon.